Automotive Magazine with co-hosts Fred Staub and Les Jackson.
Control.
Everything you need to know about new and used cars.
Control.
Industry news. We'll fix or repair your car on the air.
Control.
Fasten your seatbelts and let us take the wheel. Now, your ride is about to begin.
Cruise control.
Because you're on cruise control. Cruise control. Cruise control.
And welcome everybody to Cruise Control, your on-air automotive magazine. I'm Les Jackson. That other guy is Fred Staub. And as usual, you know us, you love us, you can't live without us. We're very humble. But we are here with yet again a huge amount of automotive news going on mainly in the past week or two. So some of it's great news, some of it's kind of disappointing, like the first story. Kind of no joy in Mudville.
Yeah. This, I think we're seeing a change in the way people buy vehicles. Dealers are preventing you, some dealers, from selling your own car or truck, and no more end-of-lease vehicle buyouts. Is this the way we will buy vehicles? Is it changing forever? We'll kick that one around, Les Jackson.
Yes, we will. We might kick a dealer around.
Get your boots on.
That's it. But on the good side, the Goodwood Festival in Britain, West Sussex, England. We'll look at what Aston Martin, McLaren, and Polestar are running up the hill. It's a world-famous historic hill climb.
I was watching some of them a little earlier, and there's some antique cars going up there. They look like they were struggling a bit to get up the hill.
Yeah. Well, but in their time, they were pretty good.
Yeah. So we'll talk about that. And notice Polestar. I think that's the third week we've talked about Polestar, so a lot going on with Polestar. Also, we're going to talk about Subaru pricing out the Impreza, and VW is planning an electric sedan. Did I say sedan? Look at that.
Yes, you did.
It's called the Aero, so we'll talk about that.
Great name. And you are going to, a little later, have an at-the-wheel review of the Mercedes Gls 450.
Yep.
4MATIC. Do I have to go get my tux on?
No. This is actually pretty interesting. It is a mild hybrid, 48-volt mild hybrid, and really nice stuff. Of course, it's built in Alabama, where I believe all of their crossovers are built. So we will talk about that and a whole lot more to get to. All that and more when we get rolling on this edition of Cruise Control, your on-air automotive magazine. You can check us out at our Cruise Control radio page, but link over to our YouTube page, our Twitter feed, Instagram, Facebook, and more. We keep you up to date on what's going on in the automotive industry. I'm Fred Staub. He is Les Jackson. We will be right back with more automotive news and information, so stay tuned.
Cruise Control.
And welcome back to Cruise Control. I'm Fred Staub. The other voice you are about to hear is Les Jackson. We're glad you're along for the ride. We're trying to bring you up to date on what's going on in the automotive industry. This could be a sea change, Les Jackson. How you buy a car, how you lease a car, who controls your car after you buy it? You would think you buy it, you can do whatever you want to it. If you want to run it into a wall just for the heck of it, you could do that. It all may be changing. I think we may have a time where no one buys a car. It's just leased. It is like literally like something you lease. But let's investigate this a little bit. An article this week in Car Buzz that dealers are upset. Now, this is really calling the kettle black. Dealers are upset because some people are buying F-150 Lightning electric pickup trucks and then selling them and making money on it. They're flipping them, right? But they purchased them. They bought them. It's their truck.
Talk about a hypocritical statement on the dealer's part.
Yes. As part of this article in Car Buzz, they show a sticker that says Vehicle Environmental Protection Package. Paint sealant, not needed. Fabric stain protectant. Can get that in the supermarket for $6 a can. First aid kit. Roadside assistance kit. Nitrogen-filled tires, which may not be worth it at all. Dealer-installed accessories totaled $1,495 of crap. Fender well liners, that's actually a Ford option. I don't know why it's an option. Anyway, market adjustment, $69,554. Okay, so that's what the dealer puts on the sticker. But dealers requested language from Ford last year about having the ability to have customers hold onto their vehicle for 1 year from purchase. And it's up to dealers. Ford says that's not up to us. It's up to dealers to work through local state laws should they decide to implement something between the dealer and the customer. This means that dealerships can charge whatever they want for the Lightning truck and have them pay that. And they want the people that pay that fleece amount to not be able to resell their truck. Isn't that terrible? For a year.
So I can charge you
70 grand.
An extra 50 grand or 70 grand for the $90,000 truck.
Right.
And you have to sign an agreement that you won't flip it, or otherwise you have to give me that money too.
Yeah.
So you're actually paying a fee for me being unethical and greedy,
right,
and having absolutely no sense of right or wrong.
Right.
Okay. I think I'll leave your dealership right now.
Yeah.
And if you stop me, I'm going to hurt you.
That is if they hadn't thrown your keys to your trade-in up on the roof.
In that case, and I did this with a friend about 20 years ago. I called the police.
Somebody took their keys and threw it up on the roof?
I want to report a stolen car. I'm here at the dealership.
Mm-hmm.
And the police came. I said, they stole the car. They refused to give me the keys.
Mm-hmm.
I want them arrested.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Well, just look at this package here, though. That even that $1,400 thing, that's all crap.
Well, they're not even telling you what the crap is.
Yeah. Paint sealant.
Well,
does that mean a guy waxes the car?
It's acrylic wax.
Yeah, and they probably the guy in the dealer puts it on with the dirty, greasy rag with gravel in it. And
fabric stain protectant is Scotchgard.
Right. I think it's $6 a can. Maybe. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe it's less. First aid kit, I could pick that up on Amazon for $20.
$12.
Yeah. roadside assistant kit and nitrogen
That's
fill. They say that's a waste of money. Doesn't
it's a total waste of money.
Yeah.
Um, and no, it just and there some dealers are charging $400 for nitrogen.
And here's the thing. So I wonder if you go into certain dealers, you're going to order a vehicle, say, I don't want any of that crap put on there. I don't want the guy touching it. I told one guy, I don't want you polishing the car because you'll do it with a dirty rag. I mean,
Yeah.
I wonder today if they will let you do that or not. I don't know.
It. I think if you're insistent enough,
They won't do it.
they probably will back off. I know I was with a friend buying.
More coming up after the break. Stay tuned.
Cruise Control.
Welcome back to Cruise Control. Fred and I were just. I think we've given people enough warning about dealing with dealers for the moment.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just do your homework.
Here's a different thing, though. This is more of a factory thing. Cars Direct got a letter sent to dealers directly. A Ford Credit spokesman confirmed that the new rule is applicable to 37 states. You can no longer have the option to purchase your vehicle at the end of a lease. And it will be in effect for the rest of the country by the fourth quarter of 2022. Ford's new lease rule only applies to EVs, which include Mustang Mach-E, F-150 Lightning, and E-Transit. This follows the same pattern as Tesla, which also discontinued lease buyouts. Now, they say this letter is committed to making battery electric vehicles more sustainable and affordable for our customers by localizing the complex battery supply chain network and creating recycling options for the end-of-life vehicles.
Well, what does that have to do with buying?
It means they want to keep them. They want to. They want to make the money on them by selling them in a certified pre-owned plan, right? I think.
Okay.
Yeah, they don't want you to sell it. They want their network to sell it. They're keeping it in the Ford network.
What if you want to release it?
I don't know. Can you release the same vehicle?
I don't know. I was hoping you knew.
So what if you can't buy it out? You can't release the same vehicle, and they're like, well, and you know what? The ordering, which I believe is true for Mach-E's, is closed for the year. So what are your SOL? If you know what that means.
I think, yes. I think you probably can extend your lease for some period.
If you agree to the Scotchgard seat treatment at $35 a month.
If you agree to our special extending lease package, which includes a modest $400 charge for vacuuming the floor mats.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah, sure.
It's I don't know. I still say it's going to change. You'll only be able to lease a vehicle. It will only be passing in time. It will be much analogous to a cell phone where you trade in the cell phone and that's it. And I don't know. I think it's changing. I don't know if you'll be able to purchase a vehicle outright in the future. What do you think?
Well, this is just for electric vehicles.
Currently.
Currently.
You like
Well,
that?
But
Currently.
If it proves to be a profit center, then it will extend to everything for all the manufacturers. I just still have to believe that when we get back to the 17 million production new vehicles a year, that the demand will be so low that they're going to have to go back to incentives. I'm an optimist.
Will they do as Volkswagen said? We'll sell less cars at higher money. We won't.
Wow.
So everyone will have to lease a car.
Shouldn't even mention that to give them the idea.
Because everyone will have to lease a car because it's over $100,000 and they don't want to spend it. It's like renting. You're basically long-term renting.
Yeah.
So who knows? Who knows? But it is changing, folks.
It's changing. It's guaranteed it's changing. Again, really, really do your homework before you even think about going to a dealership.
I'm not sure that they won't keep cars sparse. You know, that they will not have, they don't want to go back to incentives. They don't want to go back to dealers, lots, clearance at the end of the year, that type of thing. I don't know. Maybe they'll say it's better to build less, you know, certainly cheaper.
Maybe.
Yeah. But I also think what will happen is dealers will go away because they will, I think you want lobby group. I think auto manufacturers, if they got together, have a bigger lobby group than automotive dealers.
They have huge government offices.
Yeah, yes. Connections. We have connections.
They can lobby. I think it's time for that. I really do.
Right. If the pie gets smaller, the manufacturer will want the bigger piece of the pie.
Yeah. I want to be able to order my whatever directly.
No? You know, Farley at Ford said that. Jim Farley said that. You should just be able to order it for the sticker price, no BS. That's what people are used to. You don't go on Amazon and say, oh, well, you know, I know I'm ordering this, but really, you know, it's $10 more. And, you know, oh, if you want it delivered in a bag, you know, it's you want
Yeah.
simple. People don't want to think about it. They just want to say that's it. Hey, let's talk about something different. Volkswagen showed off this kind of cool-looking ID Aero. It is a dynamic four-door with flowing lines and plenty of space.
Mm. Boy, you have a way with words.
I'm actually reading from the press release. They have a way with words.
Yeah.
And it looks good.
Yeah, it's good looking
And it's an incredible, sleek, aerodynamic, elegant design.
and it's shiny.
Reminds you of the cut and paste guy, doesn't it?
I was thinking exactly the same thing.
Digital world premiere, Les Jackson, June 27th.
The drawing we have of it is really just impressive.
We have it up on our Facebook page if you want to check it out.
Again, I'm not fond of the wheels because I think the tires are basically rubber bands.
Yeah, they kind of have like about a quarter-inch of space between the bodywork.
It looks great standing still, but I don't think you'd want to drive this thing.
No, but it is
it is beautiful.
It is on their modular electric drive matrix, MEB, and there's some talk that this will be the luxury driver-driven vehicle for the China market. Go on sale in the automotive market in China, second half of 2023. And there will be a model for North America and European market presented in 2023. Good-looking vehicle. I like the design. Yeah, I agree. I'm with you on these wheels. There's no side.
Remember the Volkswagen W16 powered Volkswagen luxury vehicle for $96,000 back in
What was
2000?
The name of it? Do you remember the name of it?
It's just it's.
I might have to look that up during the break, frankly. I remember driving one.
We took it on a trip.
Yeah,
1,500-mile trip.
Wow.
It was terrific.
I'm sure. Well, let's talk about something a little bit more affordable, including the Subaru Impreza 2023 model.
Yep. This just in, the VW Phaeton.
Phaeton. That is a thing from the past. W16. Wow, there's a complex engine. 2023 Impreza. It comes standard with the symmetrical all-wheel drive, 2-liter 4-cylinder Subaru Boxer, 152 horsepower. You can even get it with a 7-speed. Well, no, you can't. It's a CVT with a 7-speed manual mode. You can't get it with a manual.
Yeah, right.
You can get it standard with a 5-speed manual, though. Starting price $19,795, $20,295 for the 5-door. And upgrading to CVT, of course, adds the eyesight driver assistance technology, rear seat reminder, and more. We'll tell you a little bit more about this vehicle when we come back. Also, after the break, we're going to talk about what's running up the hill at the Goodwood Festival from all kinds of people. Aston Martin's bringing some cool stuff to the party. And we'll tell you about this great record-breaking Mercedes vehicle. So stay tuned.
Cruise Control.
And welcome back to Cruise Control, your on-air automotive magazine. Fred Staub and Les Jackson with you, and we're glad you're here. We were telling you, we like to tell you about vehicles that don't break the bank, talking about the 2023 Impreza model. There was supposed to be a new Impreza and Crosstrek. Instead, we got a slightly refreshed version. They say that is now due to the chip shortage. There's a new one coming. But now I guess it's a 2024 model. But even if you put everything into this vehicle, the limited edition with a CVT is $27,395, $28,415 with MSRP and destination and delivery. Not bad. Not bad on that pricing of this vehicle. And it is the basis of the Crosstrek, the 5-door. Basically what they do is they raise the Crosstrek up a little bit, make it a little bit more tougher looking, some cladding and that. So if you don't need that but like the symmetrical all-wheel drive and don't mind having a little less ground clearance, it could be for you. And they also sell it in a traditional sedan as well. So there you have it, the Impreza.
Yeah, that's a bit of a bargain.
Yeah, I think it's something to look at. It's something to look at and think about for sure. This is pretty cool. The Mercedes has this car, the Vision EQ XX, and it broke its own record for travel on one electric charge. It was a summer road trip from Stuttgart, Germany to Silverstone, UK on one single battery charge. Sounds like a good road trip, doesn't it?
Well, unless they were driving at 35 miles an hour.
Well, it's 747 miles, and it basically broke its own record, which is pretty cool. Of course, it is a complete aerodynamic masterpiece, this vehicle, that it just, it's designed to cut through the wind. It almost looks like one of those helmets that bicycle racers wear.
Yeah.
In the back there. And it had previously broken a record of its previous record was 626 miles from Stuttgart to the French Mediterranean. But yeah, it's a pretty cool technology demonstrator, isn't it?
With an average speed of 22 points.
No.
No. I think they had to drive at posted speeds.
Yeah, but I don't know if on the Autobahn they let it rip, Tater Chip. I don't think so.
I don't think so. That's
they said
using up a lot of watts.
The problem was that it was hot, and I guess they maybe allowed themselves to run the air conditioning unless they stripped down to their skivvies and drove that way, sweating gallons of sweat. I mean, that would be uncomfortable. I would have to reduce the temperature in there, reduce the range. I remember.
Yeah. No, I think it probably is more efficient running the air conditioning and keeping the aerodynamics.
I remember I was at a Michelin event in France, in Paris, and it was very hot. And they said, we're going to drive out to the country and drive around. And the guys from Saturn said, oh, do you want to drive? I said, sure. And they're like, you can push this button and it limits the air conditioning, gets better range. I said, we're not limiting the air conditioning. No. I said, I don't care about that. We're not limiting the air conditioning. Oh, okay.
I want to be able to cure meat in the car.
Yeah. I was like, nah, we're not going to sweat for 2 hours
No.
in a car. I said, I'm sorry. Can't do that. I said, I sought you out because GM is good air conditioning. But it was fun. It was fun driving through France, but definitely needed the air conditioning. I'm sorry about that. Let's talk a little bit about the Goodwood Festival. If people don't know what the Goodwood Festival is, Les Jackson, it's actually a hill climb. And it is basically the guy, Lord March. Isn't that his name?
Lord March, the Duke of Richmond.
Yeah.
Um,
has a driveway that goes up to his house, basically, right?
yep.
And he wanted to do a car event in 1993. He started doing this, and now it's just like a happening now. There's all kinds of stuff going on. And the cool thing is, people use it as a way to show off neat things, like some of the vehicles from Aston Martin. Aston Martin is going to be showing a number of different vehicles, including their Valkyrie V12 6.5 liter, their DBX 707, the world's fastest, powerful, ultra luxury SUV, and they have some incredible things going up the hill. Aston Martin, we love Aston Martins, don't
Yep.
we? They actually do stand out. They do stand out. So they're going to be sending them up the hill. And then we also have something from McLaren, which is new and fast, and that's going up the hill, which is pretty cool stuff. It's great that they show this off. This is called the Artura, and is Artura GT4 all-new McLaren carbon lightweight architecture monocoque body, providing a weight reduction over the current 570S GT4. And it has a transmission with shorter gears than the 570S GT4.
Yep.
Very slick-looking car.
Very slick. I'm sure you can get very dizzy on a ride up the hill in that.
I'm sure. And then if you want to keep it in the EV world, a company that we've been talking about, and we're going to talk more about, Polestar 5, the electric four-door GT, will make its debut at the Goodwood Festival of Speed, and it will head up the driveway. It's going to be a four-door GT car, and it has, get this, a complete dual-motor powertrain, 884 horsepower.
Oh boy. It looks like a big 911.
Yeah, it's cool. I like the Dazzle wrap that they have on there too. From concept car to Goodwood, that's what it says on the door. It'll hit the hill twice, and it's planned for launch in 2024. It's the third of 3 EVs expected by Polestar. That is a brand to watch. There's also a YouTube documentary series shows how the company is transforming the Precept concept into a production Polestar 5. But good-looking vehicle.
Mm-hmm.
Is that enough horsepower for you, Les?
I dare say.
That will go up the hill a little faster than some of the vintage
Yeah,
cars.
I would think that it would stay right along with the McLaren.
Yeah. Cool stuff. Excited about the Polestar brand. Definitely. So that's going to be happening. They do all kinds of things at the Goodwood Festival. There's technology, there's vintage, there's cars on display. It's a happening.
And it's getting bigger every year. It's a international event.
Yeah, international event. There is a live stream, as I said earlier in the show. I caught that. Talked about that. Some of the vintage cars were going up, and the guys are in full fire suits and gloves and helmets, and then they're going about 20 miles an hour. And it's just fun. You bring out the old car, and you're driving the cars.
Yeah.
They're not just a static display. You're actually driving them and having fun with them, right?
Well, if you're not going to drive it, either sell it but don't just keep it to look at.
Yeah. Now look at this, Les. We've been talking a lot about the Cadillac Lyriq. 2023 model year is gone. You have to act fast if you want to buy a 2024 Cadillac Lyriq. Once again, going back to what I said earlier, keeping them rare, not building as many as you can. It may be the future of the industry, at least on the higher end vehicles.
It could be.
And there's some talk about the Celestiq. We told you about that. that is kind of a 3D printed as well as hand built Cadillac. They're saying that could go up to $300,000. That was a Wall Street Journal article that said that. So are we moving into this world of cars going incredibly high and just being unattainium? What do you think?
Clearly, there are enough multimillionaires around to form a kind of an endless market for these things. So they know what they're doing.
Hey, when we come back, we're going to talk about something you can get, and that is the Mercedes GLS 450 4MATIC mild hybrid vehicle that I had a chance to drive. So stay tuned to Cruise Control for an at-the-wheel review.
Cruise Control.
And welcome back to Cruise Control, your on-air automotive magazine. We're glad you have spent the time with us. Hopefully you brought up some vehicles maybe you were thinking about or would be interested in. If you're looking at a new vehicle and you're going to navigate the world of buying a vehicle these days, right, Les Jackson?
Oh, yes. Well, don't.
Well, let's talk about a vehicle I had. This is the 2022 GLS 450 4MATIC Mercedes, okay? And we'll tell you a little bit about this vehicle. The 450 is the model that comes with the 6-cylinder engine, and it is a mild hybrid. Both of these vehicles, both of the models, the 450 and the 580, are both mild hybrids. The one I had a 3-liter inline-6 turbo, 48-volt mild hybrid system. If you need more than that, you can go for the 4-liter V8 bi-turbo model, with the 48-volt mild hybrid system. 4MATIC means all-wheel drive, and mine is equipped with that. 362 horsepower at 369 pound-feet of torque. That's up to 21 horsepower more with the mild hybrid system. So it's actually doing some good work there. If you opt for the V8, it would be 483 horsepower. This is your standard SUV, but with a lot of cool features inside. And I have to say I enjoyed driving this vehicle. Like most Mercedes, the engine is completely covered with the engine cover. This is the straight 6 engine that is in the 450 4MATIC. It is a pretty standard shape for an SUV, pretty conservative on the outside. It drove wonderfully, though. It really feels like a quality piece, this vehicle. And the price, which is pretty exceptional as well, should mean that it is a high-end vehicle. I think they played it safe on the outside. It's clean, but it is not, in a sense, very swoopy. The belt line is flat. There's no real big details as far as styling lines in the side of the vehicle. Standard Mercedes front end. It looks like your traditional CUV or SUV. There's a chrome bezel around that separates the windows from the rest of the body. But overall, the styling is conservative. Play it safe. Even a little bit, fuddly-dudley, wouldn't you say? I mean, it is, straightforward. It's a straightforward SUV. You know it. You love it. You've seen it before.
It's handsome without being gaudy.
Okay. Back window is almost straight up and down. Good rear visibility on this because of that. And it had the lunar blue metallic exterior, which was a $750 upcharge.
Ooh.
That is a way manufacturers are making money. That doesn't even look like a tinted clear coat. It's a beautiful paint, but, in years gone by, that would not have been a $750 upcharge. Up front, you know it. It's got the big Mercedes logo on the front and the traditional grille. This vehicle, if you look at some of the things we got in the inside, beautiful interior, by the way. The leather is what I would call a highly textured leather. It's ventilated seating surfaces for heated and coolingness, and the leather is very highly grained and textured. Very comfortable seats. Kind of a unique style feature here, these two grab handles on the center console. The screen was both touchscreen, and it also had a ability to control it with this touchpad. And then, of course, you had the heated and cooled cup holders, which wouldn't everyone want that?
Of course.
Not bad. Not bad. Those are not bad at all. It had a number of driving modes, which is interesting. If you put it into the sport mode, you get a warning, not with a roof load. So you don't want to be in the sport mode with anything on your roof. and it had eco, it had off-road. Off-road, you're limited to 68 miles an hour, which would be pretty brutal off-road. Out back, 2 captain seats, plenty of leg room, and then you can access that third row right through the center of the captain seats, which is kind of a nice feature. Once again, the interior, it's dominated by the big ports, the AC ports in the center, and just really quality materials all the way around. Great rear legroom. Interesting electric seat controls on the door panels in the rear seats. I like that. It's easy to figure out which does what. And heated rear seats, always nice. We love that. You get some USB-Cs in the back to hook up whatever you got. It's a cozy third row seat for 2 people that hopefully enjoy each other's company. Out back, everything's beautifully finished. You can electrically lower the seats for to haul some cargo, and nicely finished. Under the hood, big engine cover. Everything is covered up and cleaned up. They have not gone the route of many manufacturers where they leave that engine cover off to save a couple of dollars. We found this thing to be great on the road. Just a solid feel, solid steering feedback, good ride quality, something that would be great to take a long trip in. We did have the credit for the standard wireless charging that was not available due to the chip shortage. You get $200 back for that, which is sad because I think a vehicle of this price range, which is $87,660, should have a wireless phone charger. Don't you think?
I would think so, yes.
Yeah. Soft closed doors, so they kind of suck each other in when you close them. Rapidly heating front seats, which is interesting. They call that out. 20-inch 8-spoke wheels. It pretty much has everything, including those heated and cooled front cup holders that were an $180 upcharge. If I could swap those for the wireless phone charging, I probably would. That's not an option, though. They decided no phone charger for you. It is the 2022 Mercedes Gls 450 4MATIC. It's a big seller for the folks at Mercedes. It is built in Vance, Alabama, and the engine and transmission are sourced from Germany. And this is a bread and butter model for the folks at Mercedes, I'm sure. The GLS, it's quite a solid machine, but you are paying for that solidness. And I think it's a little conservative compared to some of the other vehicles in its class, but maybe that's a good thing. Maybe that's a thing that people are looking for. Some people are looking for. Of course, it's got the e-active body control, which is powered by the 48-volt onboard electrical system, which is primarily designed around their mild hybrid. It's got the MBUX user experience, Mercedes-Benz user experience, multimedia system, touchpad, and touch control buttons, and it understands verbal cues like "Hey, Mercedes." Mm-hmm. So a lot of goodies in there. Car to X communication, where the vehicle simultaneously acts as a receiver and transmitter, sending warning messages and evaluating driving conditions. But I believe that is only to other Mercedes cars. Because that's
I'm sure that's the case.
Yeah. So there you have it. It's quite pricey at $87,000, but I think a lot of people are looking for that. Overall scores, it was not rated yet. Not rated, but I would figure it would do pretty well with those scores when it is rated, wouldn't you?
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah.
They wouldn't put anything out these days that wasn't.
Yeah. That is the 2022 Mercedes GLS 450 4MATIC, and we hope you've enjoyed that At the Wheel review of the vehicle. Don't forget to check us out at cruisecontrolradio.com, where you can like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter. I'm Fred Staub.
I'm Les Jackson.
We're going to see you down the road.